What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Jack's Drinkwater Southern Cooking and Barbecue. I got a quick and easy side for you guys with just 5 ingredients. Only gonna take about an hour and a half to smoke. Apple pie smoked baked beans. We're gonna be doing it on the Asmoke. I'm gonna show you how to do it. So the first thing we're gonna start out with is some apple pie filling. So one of the things I wanna tell you about this apple pie filling, this is the no sugar added. I'm not a big fan of really sweet baked beans. If you are, then I would suggest going with just regular apple pie filling. All natural, no sugar added. So we're gonna go in. Now this is a jar. This is a 16 ounce can or jar. We're gonna just add the whole jar in here. Next up, we're going in with some barbecue sauce. So what I'm just using is, this is Miss Griffin's barbecue sauce, hickory smoked. It's not a sponsored video. I just found this in my local grocery. And what I like about it is I usually like mustard in my baked beans. So this is kind of a vinegary mustard, not overly sweet, more of a vinegary, mustardy, has a hint of sweetness. But use your favorite barbecue sauce. We're gonna be using about a half a cup of that. Go ahead and throw that barbecue sauce in there. All right, next up, we're gonna use your favorite rub. I'm gonna be using this. This is South Texas Red by Uncle Steve's Shake. I'll leave a link below. You're gonna use 2 tablespoons of Uncle Steve's South Texas Red or your favorite rub. This is a smoky, spicy, savory, not much sweetness going on in it. That's 1 and 2. Next up, so we don't want those apples really chunky, but we don't want this too smooth either. So I'm gonna grab my immersion blender. If you don't have one, you could use a blender. Just don't over blend it. Stick it down in here. I'm just gonna give it a couple of pops. And that's about it. Next up, grab you a pan. Lay that down, just like so. Then grab you a 55 ounce can of Bush baked beans. This is just the original brand. This recipe works best with these beans. Trust me on that. Add the whole can in there, juice and all. Don't forget to recycle. Next, we're gonna add our apple pie concoction into the party. We'll whir it about here. Get that nice and mixed up and we'll be back with you. All right, and lastly, we can't have baked beans without some bacon, so we're just gonna lay a few slices of bacon across the top here. You don't have to don't go overboard with the bacon unless you want to. I'm gonna say 4 slices for me. Is that gonna be good for you?
Oh, that's gonna be perfect.
Okay. All right, lastly, we're gonna go over the top with a little Uncle Steve's, just to top this off. Can never have too much Uncle Steve's. Give it a nice color on that bacon, hopefully. All right, let's set up our Asmoke. So we set our temp to the Asmoke at 300 degrees. If you're using a different smoker, you can do 325 if you want. Asmoke only goes from 300 and then it bumps up to 350. So ideal would be about 325. We'll set these beans in here just like so. Lock our latches down. We'll see you guys in about an hour and a half. All right, so we're gonna remove these beans. They've been cooling for about 15 minutes. All right, they're still a little warm, so I do want to say this. When you first take these off, they're gonna be look a little watery and whatnot. But if you let them sit 10 or 15 minutes, they kind of thicken up. So I think it's cooled enough to where I won't burn my mouth off here. Here we go. Oh yeah. So you would think that it would be overly sweet with that apple pie filling, but it's not. It's got a nice balance between sweet and savory, that bacon and the smoke. You can't beat this. All right, guys, smoked apple pie baked beans on the Asmoke or any smoker you got. Do it.